Hi, it's Mike Stiles. Here's the Content Marketing Quickie for the week ending November 19th. 2 things you might believe about millennials: that they don't really care about the news, and that it's hard to get them to pay for things. So if I told you that millennials are paying for news, you might leave me in the middle of the night for another podcast. But a study from the Associated Press and American Press Institute tells us most millennials regularly consumed paid news in the past year. 40% of them went on to specifically point out that they paid for this news themselves. It wasn't a gift from dad or anything. But know this, social marketers, even if millennials pay for news somewhere else, they still get most of their news from Facebook and search engines. And when they're looking for news, they like to go to sources that specialize in a particular kind of news, like ESPN for sports and the Weather Channel for hog futures. Just kidding, they go there for weather. Now, back to millennials' willingness to pay. 87% of them pay for content of some kind, the most popular kinds being movies and TV at 55% and music at 48%. Here's my Adele impression. Hello? When you put your ads out there, do you think consumers trust them? Come on, you can say the truth. Your delusional boss isn't listening. Well, if you want trust, for whatever reason, Nielsen reports traditional TV ads win. 63% of people say they have total or some trust in those, followed by newspaper at 60% and magazines at 58%. Then comes radio and ads before movies and the theater at 54%. If you were like me, you're sitting there patiently waiting for digital advertising to show up on the trust list. Well, online video ads come in, finally, at 48%. So wow, looks like when it comes to digital, you really need to be making that shift from advertising to content. The most trusted earned media is word of mouth, surprise, surprise, and the most trusted owned media is branded websites, followed by brand sponsorships. SEO is dead. No, it's not. It's not even feeling woozy. But iProspect UK's Joe Pattison writes in Fourth Source that voice search requires the experts take a fresh look at SEO. In the old days, you'd have better luck getting your teenager to understand what you're saying than voice recognition software. But now Google Voice Search, Siri, and Cortana work, good enough, I guess. Google says 41% of adults use voice search more than once a day, and 85% of adults think it's the future. I think chewable milk is the future, but I could be wrong. Voice search is different. It's conducted mostly on mobile and is conversational, not keyword-driven. So instead of SEO being about targeting keywords with high search volume, it's shifting toward creating content that answers user needs at different stages of the purchase funnel. So we've got to know the user's intent and location context. Okay, we have to talk. Many of you make a habit of just going bananas with the hashtags on both Twitter and Instagram. You do this thinking it will get your content seen and engaged with. I know you won't listen to me if I told you to cool it with the hashtag stuffing, so listen to a study of 600,000 tweets and over 135,000 Instagram posts by LocoWise. Tweets without hashtags performed better, and putting hashtags in had no effect on engagement rates. I won't repeat that, even though I want to. On Instagram, engagement rates are virtually the same for posts with and without hashtags, but almost half of posts had 4 or more of them packed in there, even though after 3, engagement starts getting the hash kicked out of its tag. LocoWise's takeaways are for us to, and I know this is crazy, just worry about making the content really good. Here's another good reason to let people use your products in their photo shoots. People are going to be able to find your cool merchandise by doing a visual search of a picture on Pinterest. The problem was users might see something that tickles their fancy, like a fancy tickler, and not know what name to search for or how to buy it. The answer was hitting the search tool in the corner, selecting the part of the picture that caught your eye, and letting Pinterest show you other pins kind of like it, so you have a shot at tracking down what that thing is you're liking. Search results can be filtered by topic to help you zero in on it even more. Pinterest engineer Kevin Jing says this is available on your phone and the web. Mobile Moments. Sounds like something you'd buy for mom at a Hallmark store, but it's an ad format on the New York Times U.S. apps and mobile site, designed to be a better thing than interruptive mobile ads. Content from the editorial team is arranged around 7 moments during a day most important to readers, like first thing in the morning, lunch, and the end of the day. I'm sure bathroom break is in there somewhere. Well, the ad team customizes ads for these same moments so everything fits together nicely. Morning ads are mostly text, like the morning briefing. Afternoon ads have more media, like the afternoon content. Ads are as wide as the screen, like the articles, and take up 3/4 of the screen vertically so the Times can keep the number of ads down. That's their plan. Stop what you're doing and spin around, looking at the whole room. You just did 360 virtual reality, and Facebook is trying to get those kinds of videos into news feeds sooner, not later. And of course, Facebook doesn't do much of anything unless they have a plan for making money with it. They've got brands like AT&T, Corona, Nescafe, Ritz Crackers, and Disney World using the format in their marketing. They're working with 360 camera makers like Theta, Geroptic, and IC Realtek to put buttons in their app for easy publishing to Facebook. And there's a microsite to teach people how to make content for 360. So yeah, Facebook is all in on virtual reality. In fact, you can watch these videos on iOS now. We can be surrounded by internet cats. Well, not all music streaming services can survive. After all, there are a ton of them. RDO wasn't making it, had all kinds of financial troubles. It couldn't play Swing Out Sister any better than any other music platform. So along comes Pandora, who says, tell you what, we'll give you $75 million for your assets, but then we want you to declare bankruptcy and shut down. RDO said, rock on, or stop rocking on. What does Pandora want? Ingrid London writes they want to add on-demand streaming to their live music streaming. Translated, they see the podcasting thing happening. They already broadcast the whole Serial podcast. Anthony Bay will help wind RDO down, but won't stay with Pandora. And by law, they have to entertain other offers. So if you're ready to go to $75.5 million, you should call them. Okay, marketers, you've got 2 new video formats in Google AdWords to play with. With TrueView for shopping, you can show interactive video ads with shopping cards that, when clicked, takes users to a place where they can buy your totally brilliant product. You can target people who visited your site or watched other videos of yours, and those cards have info they'll want, like price. The other new thing is shopping ads on YouTube. With that, you can lay those shopping cards on top of product videos on YouTube. So here's someone watching that video because they're researching the product, and the card helps close the deal with details and a way to get to a purchase page. Google seems to be getting all excited about integrating TrueView video ads into AdWords, so this probably isn't the last announcement you'll hear. We're gathered here today to unite in matrimony HootSuite and Microsoft. They're integrating more, such that HootSuite will have a nice firm data handshake with Dynamics CRM, SharePoint, and Yammer. What's the thinking behind that? Now if you work on a team, you can check out real-time conversations and do something about them, helping your sales and or customer service. HootSuite Steve Johnson says that gives their users the chance to max out using social for everything from external customer interactions to internal collaboration. And while HootSuite and Microsoft have only now deepened their commitment to each other, they've kind of been dating a while. HootSuite's had a Yammer tie-in since 2012. GIFs. They're fast, they're funny. They're shows for people with the attention span of a gnat. But when it comes to actually making them, that's still not something that the masses do. Well, when you think masses, you think Tumblr. And they've got a mobile-only tool now called the Gif Maker. Guess what it does? I knew our listeners were smart. Yes, it makes the GIFs, especially Tumblr users, love to spread around and inflict on people. Here's how easy it is. You've taken videos or burst photos and they're on your camera roll. You hit Compose in the Tumblr app, then choose to make a new photo post. Now you can filter your camera roll images by GIFs because the tool can tell what media is GIFable. Tumblr founder David Karp says many of the photos you create on your iPhone today are ready to be GIFed. Sarah Perez writes, this isn't a standalone app, but a core feature of the main Tumblr mobile app. Google Plus News. Quit laughing, I'm serious. I have Google Plus News. They know this mobile and tablet thing is going on, so they've done a redesign that puts more of the focus on communities and collections and makes everything look pretty and consistent no matter what device you're using. Rockstar designer Luke Robolewski has been working on that project, improving how you post, follow people and topics, connect, and search. Collections has been around since May and is that Pinteresty thing where you share content to boards on cards. I mean, it's really Pinteresty. Meanwhile, Google Plus Communities has been amongst us since 2012 and was meant to do for you what Facebook Groups does. And listen, say what you want about Google Plus, because I can't hear you, but they say an average 1.2 million new people join a community daily. That's it. The transcript is at brandcontentstudios.com. If you go there, don't mess up my bounce rate.